and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZeee. And let's jump into today's episode.
Episode 17, that's you.
That's me.
Mm-hmm. It's every you're doing the odd episode.
Schiaparelli drama, Paris week, and presentation matters.
Okay.
The Schiaparelli drama when Kylie Jenner was wearing the same thing as one of the models,
which is literally not even drama. That's what they do at fashion shows. What was the drama? And the drama, I think the drama was that they used, that it looked like a lion. That they made it. I think the drama was that they made it so well that PETA was mad. Like, this looks too much like a real lion's head. And this is animal abuse and whatever. Like, it's literally cardboard. Calm down. We're just really good artists.
And then somebody said they copied.
Yeah, and
they always come out.
And I was like, calm down. They wasn't copying off of you. Not your Halloween look. It was not it. Number 18, we talked about Grammy's red carpet review. Question mark, like how, well, I'm sorry, our subcaption was, why did they wear that? Question mark. And basically, we didn't like a lot of people's outfits.
Like I said earlier,
the
only good red carpet fashion show was the Met Gala.
Because it is a fashion show. It's not a music or award show.
Yeah. And certain people get invited there, I guess.
Yeah. Fashion people get invited.
Yeah.
But, Grammy's red carpet, why did they wear that? We was just kind of like, okay.
The next one was fashion news, trends, and hot topics. Gucci's new look.
Oh, that was when Gucci had hired the new designer. Head designer. What the hell? I think we also talked about that Coco Chanel one side dress that the girl tailored. And then they were trying to say, oh, this isn't a real dress. And she was like, actually, I just got it altered.
The key one key point in wearing clothes is getting alterations. Your outfit look 10 times better if you get your alterations. And in that instance, the girl who got her dress altered, the dress looked way better. And then I guess they was DMing, fans are messy. They was DMing the other girl and was like, why yours look like that and hers look like this?
Right.
And then she was like, well, hers must be fake. And then she did apologize after the girl came out and said that
it wasn't.
She got
it. But like, why are you responding to the comments anyway? Regular people are just here for like to get on your nerves anyway. And just don't respond to that. Episode 20. Oof, this was a big one. Wow. Episode 20 was how to not run a business while out of town. Subcaption was Dubai Part 1, we argue.
And then one after that was the same thing.
Part 2. That episode, oh my God, so much feedback on that episode. Series Part 1 and Part 2. That's also one of our highest rated episodes. So just real quick, our highest rated episodes were our first episode, the men's fashion episode, end of year goals for 2023 episode, and then Dubai Part 1 and 2. In this episode, I talked about me going away for a month last summer and me leaving the store up to Z and the custom clients and just running the regular store in general, and just how that went completely left. Things happened unexpectedly between other seamstresses that I had also hired, clients showing up late and then like just being inconsiderate to her, and then like just how I felt like the communication was between us. But you know, a lot of the feedback that I got during those episodes were that a lot of the feedback that we got during those episodes from that episode series was like, wow, y'all really talked about all this stuff. Like, y'all really said the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, I could see where you were wrong. I could see where she was wrong. I could see, you know, your style of communication compared to her style of communication. And it was a lot of feedback that people enjoyed and learned a lot from that episode.
Right. And we let each other talk. It was a really good conversation. Like, going back and forth. Also, prom season. I feel like we took what we learned from the Dubai situation into prom season, and I feel like that's why prom season was so well too.
What?
No, that's it.
I mean, I can't really think necessarily about.
Well, I seen it.
Okay.
And I seen it in you too.
Okay.
A lot of stuff that you said, just in general, before the Dubai situation, and a lot of stuff you said after the Dubai situation, when prom season came up, you actually stuck to it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff you said you wasn't doing anymore. And you just brainstormed prom season very well, and you was more disciplined, more you always serious. I'm not gonna say serious, but you stuck to what was going wrong in the business. And
it was like never again.
Yeah.
Because I was done.
I'm sorry, that's why prom season just was amazing. You probably don't see it.
I don't.
From the outside in. Remember you said how the girl called back and she said such great things about you? Is that serious?
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
Brianna.
Oh.
Did she say good things about you to your face?
What are you talking about, Brianna? Oh, the girl who worked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about the customer.
Because
no, I mean, yeah. She said to my face how much she enjoyed the experience, but it seemed like she said to the other person more things. But sometimes people don't want to like to. You know.
But her saying it is the truth.
Yeah,
and she came at a really good time when you was on your ish.
Yeah, it was next. We was running like clockwork.
You did really good. I'm proud of you. I'm gonna keep telling you I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you. You see the enjoyment on my face.
I'm done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No, I do appreciate it, but I'm very, I just be doing what I gotta do, Episode 22 was titled, This Luxury Brand Sued Me, I Can't Believe It. And then also the double title was Buy Stocks, Not Birkins. So I talked about how...
That was a good episode.
Yeah, I talked about how in 2020, during the pandemic, I got sued by this luxury brand and that whole experience and how crazy that was in the time of the pandemic.
Big boy.
What all was going on?
Big boy got sued.
I mean,
that's decent.
Is it? It's not decent to get sued. What are you talking about?
But you got sued by a luxury brand.
Yeah,
you're the GOAT.
Please. Hey, but you look, it's like how when you was like, oh yeah, they should hire that girl who made the purse because they liked her designs. No, what they probably gonna do is sue her. That's probably
she didn't sell them though. I think she just did it for a TikTok.
Yeah, maybe. But what if she did?
She could have sold it under the table. As long as you don't put it on your website, I don't think they can sue you.
Yeah. Or see that you're selling it somewhere physically in person too. Because if they can prove that, they can sue as well. And then we talked about buying stocks, not Birkins. And I went over all of the fashion brand luxury stocks that are doing well. Like LVMH and so forth. If you listen back to the episode, I give you a whole bunch of fashion stocks to invest in instead of buying bags. So that was a good episode.
Episode 23 was This Is for the Sewers, Tools We Need. We love food. We love foots. I said foots.
Foots, yeah. And what was it about?
On this episode, we talked about like everything you need to be a fashion designer, to be a seamstress, all your tools. We get a lot of questions we get a lot of questions about like what should I get, and I think that's useful, very useful for the podcast, instead of you waiting to see us in person, or even if you trying to like, I feel like sometimes when you search stuff up on YouTube, you don't know what you're looking for, right? You're trying to learn, so we titled it, tools you need to sew, right? So I think the episode was very essential. If you want to sew, then go back and watch the episode. Yeah, for sure. Listen, watch the episode.
And then it was like also like tools you needed to stock up on, and like different tips and tricks in that video.
It was real good tips, because I think as a beginner you're gonna make those mistakes, like not stocking up on the right stuff.
Right. And always end up back and forth at the store or trying to do without, and then it's not gonna come out right. Episode 24 was Owning a Business Sucks, and then Oscar 2023 Red Carpet Review. So we talked about
you was moody this day.
Was I?
Something was wrong.
Let me see. I remember it was probably you.
No, it was you. You just was so.
No, I'm saying
you had a bad day.
You was probably getting on nerves.
It was the beginning of prom season. I think you was just getting ready for prom. And...
It was March 15th this episode came out. So yeah, probably. It says the downfalls of owning your own business, trying to hire and keep good help working for you. So yeah, I think that's what it probably is what it was, because this March is always annoying, because it's like I'm always anticipating the future of how this season will go. But it was cool. I don't know. I think in March I was just trying to like mentally prepare myself for the busy prom season.
You did good.
Season. Yeah, but you don't know before you go that it'll
be nothing to worry about. What you told me.
Right. Yes, exactly. And then we did the Oscars red carpet review, which we liked a lot of the outfits. We just it just wasn't anything that necessarily like we were fangirling over. Like we didn't feel like there was a whole lot of people that did excellent, but we did love some outfits and we were questionable on some others.
Yeah. The next episode is, did he set his warehouse on fire? Latest fashion news. So in this episode, Shane Justin warehouse caught on fire, and I think he just handled it so well, and everybody was accusing him of like insurance fraud. So after he posted that his warehouse caught on fire, he went on live and he was like, "Stop accusing me of like stuff like that." But he was saying like, you take L's,
right, in business. So
like something like that is going to happen, right? Like, and then what was the
latest fashion news?
Latest fashion news around that time.
Yeah. Episode 25, Sewing for a Celebrity Storytime, 6-figure seamstress money. So the celebrity story time, like sewing for a celebrity, I went over like the time when I sewed for a particular singer, a popular singer that everybody knows, and how that experience was. And I spoke about how like the manager didn't want to pay me, and it was just like a very interesting situation. My first kind of dive into sewing for celebrities and doing work with them. So I told that story, so go back and listen if you want to hear it. And then I talked about 6-figure seamstress money, which was basically about like, how do you make six figures as a cut and sew designer, as a seamstress, as a fashion designer. And I just kind of went over some tips, tricks, and like what the life is like when you do reach that point, and how it is not all it's cracked up to be.
Episode 25?
26.
26? A lace jumpsuit and a skirt. Our first media event as podcasters. We talked about BBX and LA Lisque. LA Lisque. They both are selling similar jumpsuits. LA Lisque came out with it first.
Yeah.
And then BBX. Supposedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
Right.
Stole her design. Looks exactly like it, but she said she didn't. Right. So... Monica posted it made a TikTok, and it got some attention.
Right.
And we told the story on that, so that was a really cool story. So go back and watch that.
Yeah.
And then what was the next one?
Our first media event is podcast. So we talked about Easter.
We went around on Easter, and we just went to an Easter event, and we recorded what was people wearing, the clothes. Everybody looked like Easter.
But how did you feel about that event? Like, I mean, I know it's an episode, but that was our first and only event.
Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it went really well. Are you looking forward to doing more events like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bigger ones.
Bigger, better. Episode 27, Telfar's new pricing model. And then I put, TV is crazy. Kate Spade is still the it girl. So in that episode, we were all around the place, but we talked about Telfar's new pricing model as far as like, starting off really cheap and then going higher as customers pay more. Like, the first customer pays $10, the second customer pays $20, the third customer pays $30 until it gets to the MSRP, or until it gets to the value that he's looking for, and then it stays at that higher price. I honestly haven't caught up on how that model is working for him, if it's still working for him, if he's still trying it. I do want to catch up on that. And
he just dropped a new bag, so we're gonna see.
Yeah. And then we talked about how TV is crazy. We were talking about the show Swarm, and just in general how all these TV shows are about murder and killing people, and just how we just overall,
why would y'all tell us to watch that?
It was just overall weird. And then we also talked about Kate Spade and her life story a little bit, because her bags and everything were in our organization was being talked about on The View and some other places, so we kind of brought up her life story. Go ahead. 28,
Zee's birthday, opening her design studio, shopping in stores versus online. On this episode, we just recapped on how my birthday went. What did I wear? What did I do? I had bought my first studio, so I announced that. I was at the studio the other day.
Yeah.
I'm still in love with the studio.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel so alone, but a good alone. Like my headspace can create there.
Yeah.
So I love the studio. Shopping in stores versus online. I think we talked about how when I was looking online for my birthday outfit, I couldn't find nothing. But when I went in stores, I actually found some stuff in stores. Yeah. And I think we forget about shopping in stores, because the world has changed so much. We shop on Instagram. We shop on I don't know. We shop where Instagram tells us to shop, and I think we forget that we can get
real
up.
Stores exist. Yeah, for sure. I think overall, and somebody asked me about this the other day. So, as a lot of people know, I'm working on this app called ShopMo, and so I was applying for different accelerator programs and pitch competitions and stuff for the app. And some feedback that I got from a investor was well, people enjoy shopping in person, so why would they want an app where they can get clothes delivered to their door? Yeah, your face exactly. Do people enjoy shopping? I feel like they don't. A lot of people like us do.
You know how many people have emergencies? Fashion emergencies too.
Exactly. I was like, most people, the average person is not oh, what do you want to do today? I want to go shopping. I want to try on a whole bunch of different pairs of jeans because nothing fits, or walk around the neighborhood. No, most people.
Everybody hates shopping.
Everybody hates shopping. The easier we can make it, the more money can be made. So her kind of thing was oh, well, don't people enjoy shopping? So why why would somebody want like or need the accessibility to order something to their door? I'm like, because it's the same as shopping on, like, that's literally what people do.
Yeah.
People get clothes delivered to their door because they don't feel like
you get negativity at first
going into a retail store. They don't feel like trying on a whole bunch of different pairs of jeans, so they look online to look for their size, look for something they think is cute, and then order it and get it, you know, however many days later in the mail. Wouldn't it be better if you found a local store and got it the same day, but you're still looking at the visuals online? So I don't know, I felt like,
and I went to
didn't get it.
I went to that restaurant and it seemed like he was lying.
What restaurant?
You talking about 2 different people?
Oh yeah, 2 different people.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about that. Oh. He said he a partner or something, right?
Yeah.
I think he was lying because when I talked to the guy, he was like, we've been here for 6 years.
Right.
But he didn't mention, like, it seemed like he was...
I'm confused. So, you went in for an interview?
No. I went to drop off my resume.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the guy said that there is a new owner. Which there is a new owner. Booker's itself has been there for 6 years. Somebody bought it while it already existed.
But when he was talking, it was kind of like, I've been here for 6 years. Maybe.
The person who you were talking to has been there for 6 years.
It was the manager, though.
But that manager is not the owner.
I mean, right.
The owner is the only person that's new.
Okay.
But the guy said that he gave the new owner. He didn't. He said he had gave the new owner money to invest in this business. But what he really meant was he signed them up for his program, which then gave them more money, which led to them making the investment. Cap. It was all Cap.
Seemed like it was Cap.
Colin Kaepernick.
Monica left her interns in charge.
Ew, Monica left her interns in charge while I went out of town, while I went to Mexico. And then what episode was that? Episode 29. Monica left her interns in charge, and then the Fear of God fashion show, and then is Kanye married? So in that episode, I talked about leaving in the middle of prom season in April and going to Mexico for my best friend's bachelorette party for 5 days and having to leave my interns in charge, and not just like any interns, like my high school interns, and them having to run this store for just one day and deal with a customer in quote unquote crisis as far as the zipper goes. Not
really a crisis, but okay.
Yeah, right. But it went well. Talked them through it while on a boat party, and it worked out.
Oh.
And then as far as the rest of that title, Fear of God fashion show, we talked about that fashion show and like some of the attendees, as in Kanye and his wife Bianca, and what they were wearing. And then you didn't even know that Kanye was remarried.
I didn't. I still don't believe it.
Yeah, he's remarried to that girl. God bless. All right, episode 30.
Do we like having a podcast?
I don't even know if you listened to that episode. Did you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I told you I have problems.
What? Yeah. In that episode, we recorded like 15 minutes of us just talking about, of how we feel about the podcast or whatever. It's actually on our YouTube channel as well. I think I was the one who posted that video, but yeah, it was a conversation. I felt like it was one-sided. I just let you talk.
Good.
Go ahead. Episode 31.
That's you.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Oh,
I said, do we like having a podcast?
31.
There were bugs all over her dress.
There were bugs all over her dress.
Bugs all over her dress. Y'all gotta listen to that.
Yeah. Just crazy story time about
we ain't even gonna tell y'all.
The customer who just spammed my store page.
She said it was bugs.
So there was bugs all over my store, and just like it was just so annoying. Then our subtitle was leveling up every year in business, and just talking about how like different things we want to do next year compared to this year, like just, and then like the difference between last prom season and this prom season. We were just talking about like from year to year, when we look at our lives, have we leveled up? You talked about, you know, having the studio now and the different things you're trying, and I talked about the different ways I'm going about business and hiring, and is that leveling up our businesses?
I was
and have we really changed?
I don't know what happened.
And the last episode of season 1 is what?
Summer fashion forecast. Pooh Shiesty Ski Mask Band.
Yeah. What did we do? Talk about.
Oh yeah, there was. Okay. Last episode of season 1.
That was the last. Every episode after that was kind of like recap, talking about season 1, and you know, getting into like how we felt about our first season podcasting. But this was the last episode that was a real episode.
Yeah, summer fashion forecast. Pooh Shiesty Mask. Ski band. Everybody knew what a shiesty mask was by Monica, and she has them. She sells them in her store. Crazy. But the ski mask is the fashion that came out. Always been out, but during the quarantine, during COVID, it really took a turn, and now guys can't walk out the house without a ski mask. So it's been a problem on public transportation, and here in Philly, they banned the ski mask. So that's what the episode was about. But we talked about how it really is a fashion. Like, we like it as a fashion, but in the safety world, no.
Yeah, no.
And then we talked about our predictions for the summer.
Yeah. I have to go back and listen to those predictions too, because when I tell you, like...
Somebody calling you.
Yeah. But when I tell you, like, the ruffles, I think I said in that episode, like, you're going to see a whole bunch of ruffles for the summer of 2023. Like, the design where it's, like, a slip dress, but then there's, like, a ruffle design hanging off the side or hanging off the split, or ruffles on the sleeve, like the peplum-shaped ruffle circle cut pattern. If you are a fashion designer, you should 100% get on ruffles, because everywhere you look, you will see that ruffle design on the sides of dresses, on the bottom of the dresses, on like the off the shoulder sleeve with the ruffles just hanging throughout different places of the dresses, all summer. That is a trend for sure. And we talked about, what was the last thing we said? The ski mask, the summer trends, and
that was it.
I feel like it was one more title in there. Oh no, that was it. Yeah, summer fashion forecast. But so that was our season 1. How do you feel? I know how you feel. Let me tell you how I feel.
You don't know how I feel.
Yes, you always say you love it. You're so glad that we started. You're so happy.
But I still like, yeah. But I got other. But go first, since you want to be.
No, because I know, like, even like in the episode where it was like, how do we feel about podcasting? You're very positive, happy. Everything's going great. I feel like it's a vibe. You don't think it's a vibe? I think
it's like a old snaps.
What's old snaps?
Like, it's just like old snaps. Like, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, I went to school for communications. I wanted to do radio. Then one day you came to me and was like, hey, like, I want to start a podcast, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I want to start a fashion blog. We talked about it. And we actually did it. Like, it just randomly happened one day.
Right.
And I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Every time we hear it, be like, oh wow, like, get serious like this. I don't think I'll see the vision, but every time I'm here, I'm like, oh wow, like you can really be big. Like stop stressing about whatever you're stressing about, whatever you're going through, but focus on the podcast.
Right. Yeah,
I think that we should be like more organized. Like I feel like we gotta be
1,000%.
We gotta communicate more. Like the Mondays that we don't record, I feel like those Mondays we should just like we gotta have meetings. Like we should sit, talk, and I don't know. Like it's like in our full schedule now. Like it's another job. It's like so 100%. adjusting to the podcast life is something too. Instead of just recording, right? Like it's so much more to it than recording.
Yeah.
So I think like it's like year one. So we should look back at year one and be like, okay, cool. What can change?
Right. Yeah. I definitely think it's like a lot to change. I think year one was good. I'm glad we got through it. I'm surprised we got through it. I'm surprised we came out with like 36.
He said that yesterday.
What?
He said he just started clapping. He was like, shout out to Z. Didn't give up.
Right.
I was
right. I think a lot of
what are you trying to say? He's like, I'm just proud of you. I'm surprised.
What you mean what he trying to say? Child, you are a giver-upper. I honestly feel like if I didn't drag you and keep scheduling every other Monday, like when have you scheduled us to come into the studio, you know? Or like when have you been like overly like, oh, we're gonna do this or let's work on this or I put this, you know.
It's more like, so like I'll be like, I'm gonna wait for her. I'm gonna let her like
and
but it's like you the one with the real schedule. I mean
no, but still, I mean like initiative wise, I think we just need more organization for sure. Season 2, I think we need to like schedule out more episodes like way in advance. I feel like we both should come with like 50 ideas.
Yeah, our like social media Monday. Too.
Social media as well, everything, YouTube, all of the things. And then as far as like speaking engagements and like really getting like paid organizations Emails, and work for the podcast too. Yeah. We got season 2. We gotta get on it.
Like, it was like, all right, I really thought we were just gonna record, but we actually really gotta. Another thing I like that was hard for me is we have to like sit on our phones a lot and keep up with like the current events in fashion. Like, like a lot of stuff I don't know until it happened. Yeah, I want to be ahead of like. The Grammys is in 2 weeks. I feel like what are we gonna do?
Yeah, we need to be reading more like fashion newspapers and articles ahead
instead
of time.
Just waiting for Instagram and stuff like that. Like we really are.
It's a job. It's a research assistant. Like we need
like bloggers and we really bloggers now.
No, because bloggers
news reporters
articles,
news reporters,
bloggers. Yeah.
So I think both of us though we have really good opinions, strong points, and just getting our voice out there. I think we just going. I know we both gonna make a change. Like we're gonna make a change in the fashion world. We're gonna make a change in the podcast world, and then individually, like when you branch out. Well, not saying like, but like if you branch off and do something by yourself, you're gonna help those girls. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
We already have our own individual businesses,
right? And then like I feel like we both can cater to 2 different types of crowds.
100%.
But that is so that's so strong.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
no, I agree. Like our crowd is different and the same in general. I think even though our audience and our businesses are different, it's still fashion lovers. Yeah. You know, it's just different types of fashion or different styles. Right. But they're all fashion lovers. Right. They all love to dress up. They all love to go out. They all love to be seen. Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I think season 2 for sure. More well thought out. Yeah. More pre-planning. More organizational like events. Yeah. More dressing up. Yeah. We gotta dress up more. Oh my god, us.
Yeah. You know I was about to say that.
We gotta dress up more.
You know I was about to say that.
No. How would I know? But
I was about to say that I feel like we have to start dressing up. We talk about fashion. And then at that, I want to remember we used to be like, what you wearing today? We stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But when we speak like, oh, I got this from Fashion Nova, we can get sponsorships. Right. I got this from Skims. Skims hitting us up. Like we get putting ourselves out there.
We're getting sponsorship more. Season 2.
Season 2. My goal is 1,000 followers.
For the podcast, for the audio.
Everything. Monetized by...
Or are you talking about YouTube? Which one? Where are we going?
Everywhere. We have...
That's 4,000. That's 5,000. So 1,000 on YouTube, 1,000 on TikTok, 1,000. Okay. That's what you're saying?
1,000 followers everywhere.
On each platform. Okay.
Because we only got like 100 something.
Yeah.
We gained at least like... Did you see? We have 10K profile views.
Yeah, I saw.
My regular page has 1,000.
Yeah, I saw. I think that's good. But remember at one point we had 146K?
No.
I screenshotted it.
Oh.
Back when all those videos I was reposting was going viral. You know, the beadwork on the dresses and the clips from the Oscars. So we have the potential to get up there. We just got to be like...
Consistent.
Did
you like my BET review?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I was messing up.
Girl, I think when you post stuff, it's a big deal.
But I got 900 views.
Yeah. You should have put it on YouTube, because YouTube be where...
Oh, yeah. And we can get monetized from the shirts.
Yes.
I think it says something like...
Yeah.
The views on your shirts count.
So...
I'll put it on YouTube.
We got to do more.
Today.
Yeah. We got to just, like, overall...
Right, we gotta be on every single platform.
We're hiring a podcast assistant. I don't care what she say.
We gotta be on every single platform.
Ain't this many hours in a day. We're getting a podcast assistant, maybe 2. Maybe 3.
We can get 2.
But I think that'll be dope. And then some young girl or male who's interested in fashion, interested in journalism, whatever, interested in setup, will also be able to have experience to put on their resume.
Yeah.
So that'll be more than worth it for somebody else as well. So I think that'll be good. But I'm looking forward to season 2. I'm proud of us for making it through season 1.
Right.
Through 36 episodes or 37 episodes overall. Mind you, there's 52 weeks in a year. So we basically did it, you know. And now season 2, more blessings, more blessings all around.
More events, more
abundance,
bigger ideas, more being on your TL every second. When I get on Instagram, Shade Room.
By TL, she means timeline.
Shade Room is always on my timeline because they post.
I block and delete them.
Right, I don't follow on my regular page. I follow them, but my Finsta is all peace.
Yeah, I don't have them anywhere. I can't.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
But we are going to close this episode with our saying, which is count your blessings
before you count your money.
Bye.
Deuces.